Welcome back, everybody. So we are getting closer to Halloween. It is time to be working on our Halloween projects, and that's what I've got going on today. I am going to turn this cheap door cover into an entrance to my garage display that I'm doing, which is Dia de los Muertos themed. So I got this particular door cover because obviously it's Dia de los Muertos with this cool little skull on it. But if you've ever used these, you know they're very cheap and they're very plastic and they're very wrinkly. So we need to make this look just a little bit nicer. So I went to Home Depot. I got some, basically some molding, and I'm going to turn that into a frame, which will paint and make it glow. And I got some heavy plastic sheeting, and that's going to give this a little bit more body for the frame that we're going to create today. And that's going to be the first step that we need to do. So basically, all I'm going to do is unroll this heavy black sheeting, which is 3.5 mil, and then we're going to use some of the spray glue to glue the door cover onto the plastic so that we can create the base for our frame. If you don't want to get glue in your car, you should back it out of the garage. You want to make sure you spray both the back of the door cover and the black plastic. All right, so it's not perfect. There's still quite a few wrinkles in here, but it doesn't bother me considering how inexpensive that this project is. So the reason that we put it on a big sheet of black paper is because this image has a very small white border, and I'm going to want to use this 3-inch molding as a frame for it. So if we just left that little white border, it's going to be hard to attach it to the molding. So we are going to now cut off enough of the black so that we'll have extra when we attach it to the frame. So there we go. It seems much sturdier now. So the next thing we're going to want to do is sort of test fit the molding. I put the longer pieces on the sides. You want to make sure that you have enough overlap so that you can miter the corners if you want to go to that extreme, which I do. So I'm just going to take my marker and basically where the image is, put a little line on each side, and then we are going to cut these at 45-degree angles. I'm going to cut both at the same time so that I know that they're exactly the same length. That'll help it keep it very square. And let's see how that goes. All right, it's been a few days since I started this project. I have been working on some other things in the meantime, but primarily the cause of that was I cut some of the boards wrong. Not some of them, one of them. And that was enough to cause me to have to go back to Home Depot and buy some more. So you want to be really careful when you are cutting the wood that you get the correct angles, and that's what I did. I forgot to change my miter saw and I cut one of the boards at the wrong angle and then had to go and redo it. So I finally got them cut correctly. After having to go fix it a second time. And then I have spray painted them black, and this is a little bit blotchy. You can see some of the white coming through. I did put 2 coats on here, which is usually enough for my purposes. I'm tempted to put one more on, but I think I can get away with it because we are going to now put a coat of the green fluorescent paint on here. And that's just going to give it that blacklight glow that I'm looking for, and sort of age it up a little bit. So here we have the frame all laid out. It's time to screw it together. I'm basically going to use these L brackets and just put them in the corners on the flip side. So we've got the 4 L brackets screwed in. It's not perfect. I split the wood a little bit, but who cares really? So now I need something to hang it with, and this is where I would like to hook or screw in some O hooks on the top, but I don't know where my O hooks went, so I have these sort of J hooks. It's not ideal because I don't want to be able to flop off, but we're gonna do our best with what we've got. So I'm gonna screw these into the top while I've got it out, and this wood is so soft that we can just do this by hand. I'm using some blue tape to hold the plastic image where I want it in the frame, just to keep it in place and kind of minimize the border that I have on there as much as I can. So with that in place, it's time to staple. A staple gun is going to make this a lot easier and faster. I'm just going to staple all the way around. Next, I'm going to take my utility knife and just trim away some of this excess black plastic. So this door cover had this white square border around the entire image, and I was trying to hide it, but it is peeking through a little bit, and that bothers me. So I'm just going to take my black marker and sort of run it along that white edge just so it kind of disappears. Over here is where I want to hang the sign. I think it kind of fits this wall pretty well, and it leads into the garage where the party is. So it's kind of like the opening credits of what you're going to see inside. Now I have just taken some regular twine and looped it on our hooks up here, and I'm gonna hang it from the balcony railing up there. I'm hoping it's not gonna hang more than 5 feet because I have these marigold garlands, which I got on Amazon because marigolds and Day of the Dead kind of go together. And I'm hoping it's not going to hang more than 5 feet down. Otherwise, I do have some extra strands if I wanted to, but I'm going to make it look like it's hanging from the marigolds. So I'm just going to tie this up there as well. Now, when these come, they actually are quite flattened in the package. So you actually, a trick when you get these is just to rub your hands down the strand about 4 or 5 times in each direction. That's going to poof them up. You can really tell the difference now from the flatness that it was to a nice and poofy marigold look. And these actually have these nice handy loops on them, so it's going to add as a secondary means of support in case maybe one of these little thin twines breaks. It's still going to be supported by the marigold string. So let me go ahead and tie this up. We'll see how it looks. So here we go. I am pretty happy with the way the sign turned out. I'm not super thrilled with the marigold garland, honestly. Maybe because it doesn't look like it wraps around the top. I'd actually put it in place and realized it was a few inches too short to actually make it to the top. So I might end up changing that or taking it off. I'm not sure. The sign itself might be enough, but I'm kind of excited to see how it looks at night because, you know, we did put the green fluorescent paint on it, so it should glow, and I'm gonna have black lights in the garage. I'm expecting that some of that black light is going to spill out and make the frame glow, but stay tuned to the end of the video here and I'll just show you what it looks like with some black light on it at night, and we'll see. But that'll do it for today. Hope you enjoyed or got some ideas at least from this project. Stay tuned for more DIYs, product reviews, store walkthroughs, and so forth as we get closer to Halloween. So until next time, everyone, thanks for watching. Take care. Happy haunting.